Hello, my friends. Happy Saturday. Hope you are all doing well. I just given it 1 second for my screen to pop up on the other side. Hello, Patty. Welcome in. I know. I'm so excited to share this suite today. But we are going to go ahead and get started. We are at the top of the hour, and I do see my screen and I can see comments, so we are good to go. Happy Saturday, my friends. I hope that you are all doing well. Today is Saturday, May 10th, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are watching live right here on YouTube, if you are watching live, please pop in and say hello. I'm so excited to have you here with me today. And whether you are new here or returning, welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tammy Savello, and welcome to Cards by TLC. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of the San Francisco Bay Area, so welcome in. Today we are honoring Mother's Day tomorrow. I thought it would be fun to create some Mother's Day themed cards. Now, Mother's Day looks completely different to many, as it does for myself, as well as many others. So I thought it would be kind of fun to not only use the Cheers and Sips suite, but we also have another online exclusive called She's the Greatest. And I absolutely love the fact that it covers every type of mother out there. Whether you are a human mom, whether you are a mom to be, whether you are a pet mom, whether you're even a plant mom or even a mother-like figure like I am, or an aunt or a bonus mom, whichever. I love the fact that it covers every type of mom out there, because you know what? Even if you have a plant, in my eyes, you're even a plant mom. So that is who we are honoring today. We are honoring every single mother out there, a mother-like figure. So I thought it would be fun to use that for our sentiments. And then the piece of the resistance, the Cheers and Sips suite. Both of these items are online exclusives. We have so many amazing online exclusives out there. Not only did we have our amazing 2025-2026 annual catalog go live this past week, we had a new selection of online exclusives. So many amazing suites and stamp sets and all of that. So please be sure to hit the online exclusive portion in my online store. Obviously, I'm going to be tagging all of these supplies in the blog post tomorrow. But we are playing with the celebratory Sips and Sweets collection today. And we are actually using the entire collection. Let's go ahead and start off by our amazing bundle is one of the showcases in this suite, but it has so many fun drink mocktails, lemonade, strawberry lemonade, any type of fun tropical drink you want to create, you can certainly do so. It has the coordinating dies that die cut all of these pieces out, but it also has kind of like a fun embossed piece, and we'll be using this on one of the projects today. But this actually embosses like a cut glass look that you had like maybe in the 70s, 80s, like I called them fancy glasses. We had that in our cabinet. And part of this suite, we also have the Glass and Gardens embossing folder. This is a double embossing folder. I absolutely love this. Again, you have kind of like a cut glass embossed piece that we're going to be using on some of our projects today. And then of course I'm still in my little floral era, so this spray of flowers is absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to play with that. In this suite we also have, let me kind of get this stuff out of the way. In this suite we also have this beautiful like gold mesh ribbon. We're going to be using that on today's projects. And then our embellishments are the, what is it? Holographic holographic resin dots. And these are great because it picks up color and you can color them. And as you can see, I took my blends and did some coloring on some of the embellishments today. But let's talk about the star of the show. Good morning, Jenny. Welcome in. The star of the show, in my opinion, is this incredible designer paper. Look how fun. You forgot about the resin or the ribbon? Oh, you are more than welcome, Patty. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that ribbon pretty? So that is part of this suite. This paper is so much fun. It actually got me fussy cutting. Yes, I actually fussy cut some of these little images. We have some flowers. We have this fun like watercolor block that we're going to be turning that into drinks today. We fussy cut some of the drinks out of that. So the dies in this suite actually cut out a couple of the glasses. It cuts out the solid images of the glasses. It doesn't cut out the ones that have like this garnishes on the top, but it does cut out like the solid images. I think this actually cuts out one of the oranges. Maybe not. It does cut out the stamped image. So I thought there was another die to that, but I could be missing a die. Who knows? But it does have some images that you can fussy cut out. And what I love about it, it actually showcases some colors that we typically don't use or that I haven't used in a long time, like Blackberry Bliss, Berry Burst. It also showcases some of the new in colors, Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger. Speaking of which, look how fun the B-sides are on this. We have 3 of our in colors right here. And this has Pretty in Pink with Strawberry Slush. And then this has Berry Burst and Blackberry Bliss. So I absolutely love the B-sides on that. That'll be fun. But let's go ahead and dive in and see what we are creating today. Get this out of the way, get that out of the way. We are creating these fun projects. Like I said, the She's the Best covers all types of moms out here. We have our traditional cheers to our mom, Happy Mother's Day. We have You're the Best. I did not put a stamp on the inside because I'm trying to decide who I'm going to give that to, but there's so many options. You're the best aunt, you're the best mom, you're the best bonus mom, whoever you would like to share this. This one, of course, I am a pet mommy, a kitty cat mom. So we have the world's greatest pet mom with our cute little paw prints. This would be great for a plant mom or whatever. And you can just use the flowers, but world's greatest pet mom. And this is our fun fold today. And as you can see, we used the ribbon on some of that. We used the embellishments. So let's go ahead and dive into our first project. Now remember, all of the sizes and dimensions will be on my blog post tomorrow at cardsbytlc.com. So please be sure to head on over there if you miss any of the supplies or dimensions in today's projects. So let's go ahead and get out our pieces. We have a top folding card base in basic white or thick basic white, whichever you would have on hand. Unfortunately, our thick basic white is unavailable at the moment. So you can use basic white if you like the white background. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. We have 2 pieces of embossed. See where it has the embossed cut glass? We're going to be cutting that down And I should have had my circle dies, and our circles come from the Spotlight of Nature's dies. Let me just quickly show you that. This is like one of my favorite circles dies. It has all kinds of images around the perimeter. So let's go ahead and cut down our card front. We are cutting down our Timid Tiger piece to 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. Let's actually just go ahead and cut both of these down to 5 1/4. And then our Timid Tiger piece is 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So we'll cut that down to 2 1/4. And our strawberry slush is cut at, oh, thick is available now? Great. I know that they were changing some coding on that numbering. Strawberry slush is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, that is ready to go. And then we have already cut out these fun drinks that we got from the designer paper. And then I stamped that orange and Timid Tiger. See, doesn't it make the perfect orange color? In my opinion, I think that that's a nice true orange. But this is our orange and Timid Tiger, and I pre-cut, fussy cut. Look, Tammy did some fussy cutting. I'm actually impressed with myself. I'm getting better at it. I'm trying, I'm getting better. So I want to place down this ribbon be underneath my panel pieces. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take some adhesive and run that right in the center of my card base. I'm going to lay down my ribbon. Look how fun and crinkly, and it's not your typical straight standard ribbon. I love it. It's so pretty. I'm going to lay that down flat so that is laying down flat on my card base. It is a true orange, absolutely, and perfect for the fall pumpkins. Yep. I'm actually going to be using Timid Tiger more than pumpkin pie. Poor pumpkin pie is going to take the back seat for just a little while. I'll use it for other reasons, but I'm going to leave a nice little border around there, around the edge right there. Then I'm just going to come in with my strawberry slush panel. Lay that down. Make sure that my top and the bottom line up, leaving that nice little border around the perimeter. And then I am going to cut this off. And I am just going to tie a nice little knot because I'm not going to do a bow on live. I think I just did a nice little knot anyway. Absolutely love this ribbon. I did leave enough for a bow, but I had 2 cups of coffee this morning, so I don't know if trying to tie a bow on 2 cups of coffee is going to work. Good morning, Debbie. Welcome in. That is okay. I'm just kind of getting started on project 1. Yum, farmers market. I love farmers markets. I hope you got all kinds of fun goodies there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and trim our ribbon down. I think I'm going to trim it down just a little bit more. And then I have our Spotlight of Nature Circles dies, and we're going to go ahead and adhere our cute little drink, our little fun, maybe add a little bit of orange in there and make it a fun Shirley Temple. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a little girl, I even still love them, but when I was a little girl, I loved Shirley Temples. And then we have our little cute little mocktail down here. I'm going to go ahead and, do I have smaller scissors somewhere? Hold on, I'm going to try to find my smaller snips. Here we go. Then I'm just going to cut up a slit in this orange right here so we can lay that on our drink. So you can add a cute little orange slice to your drink. I'm going to come in and add my drink to my other circle. Claire just had a Shirley Temple on Thursday. Aren't they fun? I remember having Shirley Temples when I would go out to dinner with my parents and my aunts and uncles. My cousins and I would always have Shirley Temples. Okay, now I'm going to take some Stampin' foam adhesive sheets and pop up my circles. And then I'm just going to come in. I think I'm going to go over the top. No, I'm going to go underneath. I like showcasing that ribbon. And then I'm going to come in with another foam adhesive sheet. Thank you, Patty, for my new obsession, because otherwise I would have to have like 100 Stampin' Dimensionals. And then I am going to come in and stamp, get this stuff out of the way. I'm going to come in with Strawberry Slush and stamp the cheers. Now this piece is about 3/4. It's like a little scrap strip. Maybe like 3/4 of an inch. Maybe 5/8 of an inch. Then I'm going to come in with my cheers. And do that again. There's always 2 sides to a piece of paper. I'm going to turn it sideways so it's easier for me to see. There we go. Much better. You've been redoing your ink pads like mine, I know. Isn't it fun to just have that extra strip of stickers? Okay, now we're going to just kind of angle cut that. And then I'm just going to glue that down to line up with the edge of my Timid Tiger panel. Isn't it cute with the slit? Doesn't it just like add a little extra garnishment? And then we're going to come in with our holographic resin dots. Come on, lift up. Okay. Sometimes it wants to cooperate and sometimes it does not. And I can't do it with like a pokey tool like everybody else can. Okay, there we go. There is project number 1. Oh, we have to stamp the inside. Happy Mother's Day. Now, these are 3 individual stamps. I lined them up, laid it flat, and then added to my clear block. So we need to stamp the inside. Happy Mother's Day. There we go. I know it's different fonts. I love how they're different fonts. There we have project number 1. Let's go ahead and move on to project number 2, which is our cute little You're the Best. And like I said, I'm leaving the inside blank because I don't know who I want to send this to. I mean, you could even turn it into a happy birthday. It doesn't have to be a Mother's Day inspired card. So we are going to come in, like I said, this designer paper is absolutely amazing. And we're going to be using the cut glass. You're going to see how I created with those ink splotches. And then here we go. Here are the 2 ink splotches, or the watercolor blocks that I used. I went ahead and I pre-cut and stamped my garnishment and my celery for my drink, and then we're going to color that. We're going to color our strawberry, and then I have already pre-cut and stamped my olive. And then let's go over the sizes and dimensions of our pieces really quick. And then we will go ahead and start creating our front. So we have our top folding card base in Darling Duckling, or another in color. So this is again 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. We have our insert piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. We have our designer piece, which is about 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. So we'll decorate the inside of that. Then we have our top fun fruits and vegetables, or fruits. This one's all fruits. This piece is cut at 3 by 4 3/4. We have a 3 1/2 by 3 3/4 inch piece. Our largest circle from Stylish Shapes Dies. And then this piece is cut at 5/8, I think it is. Yeah, 5/8 by 4 1/4 for our front sentiment. So let's go ahead, and I think what we'll do is do our stamping and die cutting and creating our drinks and coloring that first and foremost. And do I have a piece of scrap here? Hold, please. Because when I color, I want to have something underneath to protect. So I am going to start off by stamping our drinks. And I do need our die cut. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we have this embossed cut piece. And then we have our other dies that are going to cut out our drinks. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and stamp. Got the wrong one. Hold, please. Did I get the right one? No, I got the right one. I got the right one. I was like, did I get the wrong one? Okay, so I have my tall glass and my short glass, and we're going to go ahead and stamp that in Memento black ink. Okay, and then I'm just going to stamp the glass image right there on my, get out of my glare, sorry guys for my head. I know it looks a little strange right now, but I promise you it will. That did not cut. Hold please. Hold please, because I do not like the way that one turned out. So we need another clear block image. Okay, this is the sheet I'm talking about. And I think I want this darker glass anyway. I love this sheet. It's so fun. Create your own drinks with it or just background images. I did not like the way that one stamped. Okay, let's try this again. Take two. But you're getting the idea where it's coming from. Let's go ahead and ink that up. Make sure that's good and inked. Come down. There we go. I know it looks strange, but I promise you, this set is so much fun. There's so many possibilities. You can make glasses out of this. I was like, do we color it in or do we stamp the already stamped images and showcase the designer paper? Like I said, this designer paper is definitely the star of the show. So what I'm going to do next is die cut this out like so. And we're also going to take our emboss piece and put that on there so it die cuts and cuts the glass and embosses at the same time. Hold on, let me lay this down with a Post-it so it doesn't move. Let me do it separately. Hold on just a second, guys. I need to lay this down so I can see where that lines up. Just like so. Let me grab a Post-it. And then we can emboss this piece at the same time. We'll lay down another Post-it so that doesn't move. We'll run this through my machine really quick. And I'm still here, I promise you. Usually I like to do this ahead of time, but I kind of wanted to show you how you can stamp your images and die cut at the same time. And that gives it a cute little, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see the etching on that to give it the cut glass look? And then we are going to go ahead and die cut this piece out. Promise you the other pieces are already die cut out. I just kind of wanted to show you how to create a glass. Isn't it cute? Oh, hold on. I have this paper and would never have thought. I know. Is it? It's so much fun. Okay, so you guys are jinxing each other in the chat. I love that. Okay. Okay. Let me put my dies back down so I don't lose them. Throw that away. So here are our two cute little glasses. So we have our one that's like our garnish right there. And then let's color our strawberry and our lettuce. So for our lettuce, I am using dark old olive. And I stamped it in old olive. And you can even make like a two-tone lettuce. You can do maybe some granny apple or lemon lime twist to make it, because lettuce in my opinion is not always really true dark green. It could be that lighter green. Sorry, I can't color and talk at the same time. I'll be with you guys momentarily. Just come in here. There's our lettuce. And then for our strawberry, I actually went with dark mossy meadow because I thought that paired better with the strawberry slush. Or is this is light mossy meadow. But shaded spruce would be fantastic for a truer green. But I mean, I'm coloring a strawberry, so I got to use strawberry slush, even though obviously real red would be a darker strawberry. But once this one dries, I think it looks like a true strawberry. So I'm coming in with light strawberry slush. And then I'm going to come in with dark strawberry slush. I love this color. I'm with Patty. This color is probably one of my newer favorite colors. It definitely colors like a dream. So there is our strawberry. And then I'm just going to come in. Do I have my glue dots nearby? Just got new glue dots and I have no idea where I put them. Okay, we're just going to come in with some adhesive. And then I'm just going to kind of tuck that garnish behind there. And then come in with our strawberry on the top. I tried cutting the slit on this one. I didn't like the way it laid. So I just kind of went over the top and I think that that looks fine. Or do you think behind? Maybe we'll go behind. Do you guys like the strawberry on the top or behind? I'll give it a second and let you guys. Yes, the celery stalks like a Bloody Mary. So Debbie says behind. I think a true garnish, that way it's in the cup behind and kind of up like that. Do you guys like that? I think we're going to go with that. So I'm going to add some more adhesives right there. Might as well just go ahead and add adhesive to our whole thing. Put some glue on our garnishes. And we're going to go ahead and lay down our first drink. Okay. And then I'm going to come in to create my Bloody Mary drink. And then we'll glue that one down after I lay down my designer paper. Then we're just going to come in behind, do our celery stalk, do our olive stick, come on olive stick, lay it down. And then our olive will glue down once we, oh, come on. This is what I get for having 2 cups of coffee this morning. It will get down there. It will. It's skinny and hard to grab, and my fingers are not cooperating with me. Okay, I'm going to lay that flat over there for right now. Let's go ahead and put together our other pieces. Let's stamp "You're the Best" in Old Olive. I'm so glad that it's just as a casual stamper like you, Debbie, that you see all the demos and the new catalogs for you guys. That's what we're here for. We're here to show you all the fun things. Okay. Don't think we need that down anymore. Get that out of the way. Let's go ahead and glue our insert piece. I hope we inspire you all the time. That is our goal, is to come out here and inspire, whether you are a avid crafter, a brand new crafter, just someone who casually crafts. Our goal as demonstrators, especially those of us that share on social media platforms, that we are able to inspire you. So we have our fruit strip off to the side, our insert panel. Now we'll go ahead and do our front panel. I'm just going to center that, leaving a nice little border around the edges. And then I'm going to come in. This is wider than this 3-inch piece, so we're just going to center that. Patty, I'm glad I have inspired you to want to play and not handle anything on your to-do list. You know what? It's Mother's Day weekend. I think you should be able to play with the sweet. That's my opinion. Now I'm going to come in with my circle, and I'm going to go ahead and glue this straight down and not pop this panel up, just so I can lay down my second glass. And then I'm going to come in with, I know I put adhesive on the back of this, but I'm going to just go ahead and come in with some glue. And then we'll lay the olive on top of it. My hands are sticky. This suite is so fun to play with. There's so many options, especially with that paper. That paper is so fun. I still need to like stamp the images and figure out other options of coloring it in, adding the umbrella, all the fun things. But I'm going to take advantage of these, the designer paper that has the blocks on it, just for coloring in the drinks, and then maybe adding some ice in here would be fun. I tried like heat embossing some ice. I didn't quite like the way it turned out. So that's why I showcased just this solid images, because I had tried embossing with some clear embossing powder and then coloring over it. I didn't like the look of that. So I'm just going to have to play with it just a little bit more. Now I have already colored our embellishments in dark mossy meadow. And it gives you kind of like a old olive look, and it matches perfectly with that old olive designer paper. Don't be afraid to color your embellishments. I absolutely love doing that, especially changing the color, even coloring a colored embellishment to enhance it to another color. So there we have it, my friends. There is project number 2. And now we are moving on to project number 3, our fun little, cute little fun fold. World's Greatest Pet Mom. And I have already pre-cut out all of these cute drinks out of the designer paper. Let me show you that page again really quick. We have this sheet right here that you can cut out all these little designer papers. So fun. We have our little pink lemonade, our sangria. So fun. So let's go ahead and go over the sizes and dimensions on this. We are starting out with a 4 1/4 by 11 card base. We're going to be cutting this down and we're going to be scoring it, but we'll start off with our 4 1/4 by 11 card base. We have a second card base that is 3 inches by 8, and we're going to score that right in half at 4 inches. We have our floral designer paper. Love this. 4 by 5 1/4. I have already pre-embossed this piece in that cut glass embossing folder. And this piece is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. We have a basic white piece that is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. We have our designer piece that is cut at 1 3/4 by 4. And then we have a scrap of designer paper or basic white paper that we're going to stamp World's Greatest on the front. That one's a little bit thicker, but we're going to make it work. I just used a piece of scrap. So let's start off by bringing in our cutting trimmer, our paper trimmer. Let's go ahead and score that at 5.5, like you typically would. But instead of leaving it at that, we're going to go ahead and cut it off at 3.5 inches. Oops, cut that off. You can keep this piece and use it for the front panel and emboss that. So I would definitely do that. You would just cut that down to 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 and emboss that, and that leaves your front panel piece. But we'll go ahead and keep that off to the side. This ends up leaving a 4 1/4 by 7.5 inch piece of card base. And let's go ahead and score this 3 by 8 right in half at 4 inches. And that is it for that. We're going to go ahead and adhere our insert panel piece of designer paper. Again, that's 4 by 5 1/4. I just went happy I was looking at the comments here. Making sure I didn't miss any questions. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp our inside piece right here that says Pet Mom. And that is in Strawberry Slush. And they're 2 separate stamps with the little scripty script. So we are going to do Pet Mom, because that is the mom I am. I am a pet mommy and a not biological mom, but I am a mom to my nieces. So I am a pet mommy. So I needed to honor myself. Then I'm going to come in with some Memento Black ink. And I love this pot. It's not 100% filled in. It's kind of like that little cartoony script piece. And then while we have it, let's go ahead and do World's Greatest. There we go. Okay, all of our stamping is done. Let's get this out of the way and go back to our building. And then this piece is going to, you would typically want it going this way. We're going the opposite direction where the fold is on the left. So it lays flat there and becomes our insert piece. But let's go ahead and put our front panel of our designer paper. I love how this paper all coordinates together, all comes together nicely. A mom is a mom, absolutely. And that's what I loved. I fell in love with that stamp set because it covers every avenue from plant mom to pet mom to bonus mom to mother-in-law to every mother ass covered on that. Let's go ahead and put our insert piece right here. That's going to go right on the inside. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and decorate the front, and then we'll put that on the card panel. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this. Sorry about that, friends. The whole breathing, swallowing thing just didn't want to cooperate with me today. Okay, this piece is going to go right on the front, leaving a nice little border around the edge. I know you can't see it. It's tone on tone, obviously. And then I'm going to come in with my panel piece, and I'm going to be popping this up with some Stampin' Dimensionals, but let's go ahead and cut this at an angle cut. Leaving just a little bit of a border here. There we go. Excuse the reach, guys. And we are going to pop this up with Stampin' Dimensionals, but I'm going to put the Stampin' Dimensionals kind of towards the bottom so I can tuck behind my drinks. And I'm just going to do just 3 Stampin' Dimensionals. Even a thin strip of foam adhesive sheet would work great too. But we're going to come in right at the bottom here, kind of leaving just a little bit of a border at the bottom. And then I'm going to start laying out kind of where my drinks are going to go. I think I'm going to do that. Maybe we'll put you over here. That one doesn't want to tuck behind, so that one, I think I'm just going to put that one on the edge right there. And you're going to go there. And tuck. I think I like that. We're going to start with our picture in our center. Gonna tuck that right like so. And do I have my towel? You got a little bit of excess from my glue there. Got a little glue happy. Then we'll come in here with our next little drink. Didn't see any margaritas on those drinks, and I guess it could be like ones that have like the lime or whatever. Kind of go underneath here with the sprig hanging down there. Just making sure I clear that fold. Looks like I did. Hold on just one second. Let me just make sure I'm clearing that fold here. Yep. And then my cute little, on the original I had one with an orange. This one has, God, my glue is being aggressive today. Oh, I'm so glad that you are looking forward to this fold, Debbie. I think I've used this fold before because it was in my folds on my fun folds. I'm not sure if I've done this one or not. I think I have, but I can't remember. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and center this with some good adhesive, either tear and tape or Seal Plus, just because we're folding this up and down constantly, but if you center this like that, it leaves a nice little fold. So you definitely want to center that on the back panel and then fold that over. And then we are going to add our ribbon. And our embellishments, and we will be done, my friends. I took a lot longer today than I normally do. But it's been a while since I've created 3 projects with you. Just like that. My fingers are not cooperating today. There we go. And then we will finish up with our strawberry slush embellishments that I already pre-colored, and we will bring in all 3 projects that we created. Maybe a small one there, large one there. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in our 3 projects that we created today. We'll put that one there since we had different drinks on there. So I would love to know in the chat which one. Oh, happy Mother's Day, Patty. Of course. I'm so glad you joined me today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, my friend. Okay. I would love to know in the chat which one is your favorite. 1, 2, or 3. So we have 1, 2, or 3. I think I kind of really like 1, but I love the fold on 3. And I love the concept that it's a pet mom. So which layout? I hope that these inspired you to create. Jenny says 1. Debbie says 3. I kind of like 1. I don't know. I like all 3, but oops, sorry about the little bumpy bump. Anyhow, that is it for me today. I would also love to know, if you're watching the replay, which one of these is your favorite, and have you tried this sweet yet? I hope that I inspired you to try this sweet. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, however you celebrate tomorrow. Whether you are doing something that you absolutely love by crafting or just pampering yourself, enjoy your day, because you know what, you guys? You deserve it. You deserve to be pampered, pampering yourself, doing the things that you love, and spending time with loved ones, or if being quiet in your own craft room makes you happy, that's what I'm going to probably be doing. Anyhow, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you, because you are all mothers in my eyes. And have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you all next time for more creative fun. Happy Saturday, friends.